Good evening, Managing Collection students. This is Cynthia, and this is the Monday message on Tuesday. And we have just a few things to go over. So the first thing I want to talk about is our next assignment, which is the ebook review and how-to handout, which is due on April 1st. And you have two parts to this. The first part is the reflection, which is right here, and it's a 4 to 5 sentence minimum. And this you really want to highlight two things about the ebook experience that would be helpful or beneficial to a group of students. So think about your invisible students and some of their needs and how that ebook system would give them a better maybe experience than a print book, and kind of be able to talk about how that would work. And then the second part would be your handout. And that doesn't have to be super complicated. It's just basically something that you would put together to help your students get started with your ebook system. If you don't have an ebook system or you're not in a library, use the public library system, use the Kindle. You can use just about anything to just kind of show people how to get started with an ebook. And then that's something that you'll be able to take into your library when you have the opportunity and create that and change it to fit whatever system you have so that you can help your students get started. And I just want to give you an example of, here's kind of a handout. This is one that I've used for my library, and I always put the icon in there so that they know what to look for if it's an app. And then just really step by step, here's what you do. You look for this, and then you type this in, and then log in, and these are the things you use. And then somewhere on there, you really want to say, if you have a problem, make sure you see a librarian, or put your email address on there so that if they have a question, they can get a hold of you. They may not stop in, but if they might send you an email and say, hey, I'm having trouble, and you can help them that way. So it doesn't have to be really fancy, but definitely just something to give them some guidance on how to get started. And so that's kind of an example. There are some other examples in course materials, and you're welcome to take a look at those. And then I just want to look at our rubric really quick. And so our reflection is just kind of that you understand and able to talk about the differences between the digital format and the print format, and then two specific things that really would support a student with a particular need. So whatever that, and do go back and think about your invisible students to kind of give you an idea of maybe how you could use ebooks to really enhance that reading experience. And then our handout rubric, you have a section that explains the process. So not too in-depth, but definitely clear enough for your students to kind of walk through it and figure it out. Is it pleasing? Is it easy to look at? Is it something that they would just design well and kind of all looks cohesive? And then if there's any citations, if you use images, make sure that they are either copyright free or that you have cited them. That is really important, so just make sure that you kind of have that if you use a particular photograph or if you use some type of icon, that you kind of have permission to do that. For example, my bookmark, Follett gives us permission as subscribers to use those images copyright free to promote their product, so we're covered there. But that's always something you want to kind of make sure that you've got figured out. And then I'm just going to hop over here to, this is my Kindle reader. This is the web version. And when we're talking about the different components of an ebook, I just want to kind of go through, I'm going to get back over here to some of the novel. Here we go. Okay, so we have, our page, and these are the things that we're kind of thinking about, like, okay, what can I change? I can make the text bigger. I can change the color. I can make it 2 columns, 1 column. What are the settings that will enhance and help a particular student who is using that? Is there a dictionary setting? Is there a bookmark setting? Is there a place where you can make notes? Those are all things that are important, and every ebook system is different. So you're going to want to really look at the one you're using and just make sure that you kind of know what all the little features are so that you could really say, you know, this particular student would really find this very helpful. They would be able to make use of all these little extra components. And if they had just a print copy of the book, they would not have all of these options. So that's kind of the direction that you want to go. Really dig deep and really think about who can you make this ebook system really appealing to, and who can you really help just have a great reading experience. So that is 4.6, which is due on April 1st, and both pieces are due together, and so they'll each have their own spot on Blackboard. And disregard that Monday due date. That was an Easter date from last time. And then kind of in preparation for this collection development project, which is going to be a big project, we will be working on that when we meet at Papillion La Vista High School, and we'll be doing some weeding. And so you're going to want to go back and take a look at the crew manual, which is in Blackboard. And then this is the Adventures of Library Girl, and this was her fresh deselection or weeding kind of helpful hints. And so you're going to want to go through and review those, make sure that you kind of have some of that stuff in mind. Don't get too anxious about it, but do kind of have all of those components just kind of in the back of your mind, and that will help you as we get started and really get to the shelves and start doing some deselection. The other thing that you would need to take a look at before we meet again, and if you have time, would be in course materials. And I'm going to go down here to academic freedom. We are going to talk a little bit about academic freedom when we meet, and so you're going to want to look through the Code of Ethics, the position statements. These are really important for school librarians. The ALA Bill of Rights, and this is going to help you have a really solid foundation in policy and philosophy as far as school libraries go, and where and what, as school librarians, we're advocating for our students. And so these are really, really important. They're great information. It's always good to go back and read through these and just remind yourself that this is really the foundation of our profession. So I would highly recommend that you read through these. I actually have them in a Google Drive and kind of have them handy so that you're kind of ready for that conversation. We are going to do an elevator speech, just kind of a quick, here's what you need to say, or here's what you could say to an angry parent or to a really agitated administrator who says, I want this book off the shelf. We are going to talk about that and kind of prepare ourselves for what we can say to kind of hopefully diffuse that situation. So these are all things that you can do ahead of time and just kind of get some good foundation for when we see you the next time. And so that's our next assignment. Definitely give us an email if you have any questions. Really enjoy that ebook assignment and just really dig into that system and just see what all you can get it to do. I guarantee you will, at some point, you will be able to go back and say, here's a student that this is perfect for. It will definitely fit their needs. So go back to those invisibles, take a look at the ebooks, compare that to the print experience, and really dig deep. So we will talk to you soon, and enjoy your week.